Yo boys, what up? It's your boy FPL Josh. Welcome to stream, boys. How are you boys doing today? How is everyone's day going? Hope everyone's having an amazing day. I'm sorry I've been live the last couple of days due to being busy. Put the chat on the phone now. We can read you boys' lovely chats. But just first off, how's everyone's day going? What's popping? What's popping? Get the questions in the chat. The rank's gone down a bit this week. I had a massive green arrow to 1.1 mil, but then I went down 700 and so K spots literally because of Kurtzuma. Kurtzuma effed my week up, as well as Kane scoring. Those two absolutely cocked my week up. The 47-point week weren't great, but at the start it was very good. But then the minute I saw Foden, Salah and Gomez blank, I was like, oh crap, I'm screwed now. I'm not in a nice situation. We have done a free transfer this week. We've done De Silva for Almiron for a free transfer. Because honestly, I can afford to make that luxury transfer because there's nothing else I need to change. And I did this before the Spurs game even kicked off, so this ain't a knee-jerk for one. And I bought him in generally because I thought he was going to go up in price and I thought he'd play good, and he did. So I'm quite confident he'll keep being that consistent returner that he has been. It's been one of those annoying, how would you put it, annoying weeks in that matter of form. I had someone commenting earlier saying, why am I on my phone in the streams? I'm like, one, it's because it allows me to speak to viewers at the same time. Plus, it allows me to always check the news and injury news. So it's not me being inconsiderate. It's not me being a dick. It's just more the fact I'm trying to look at news at the same time so I can inform you guys on any Halland injury news that's more worse than what we've got, any press conference news, any Twitter news and stuff. I can inform you guys straight away. That's kind of how I'm trying to go with it. So in a nice way, it's not me being a dick. Just me being sensible. Just me being kind in a matter of form and trying to look at everything from another perspective. This week, obviously, we have got that everyone's panicking over Halland because he's got a knock. And I just think I play him as captain because who else is there really in my team for me to play? If we go on the team, there's not many more players, right? I go to my bench. I feel like I've gotten told, oh yeah, why aren't you playing Salah over Gomez? And my reasoning is, and I bet Liverpool to lose in the Forest game. I had a bet on Liverpool to lose and a bet on Liverpool to win. I had a feeling Forest could have nicked it, and he did. And I just wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal win, but they don't keep a clean sheet, and Liverpool do against Leeds. Salah is my vice. I'm quite happy because if Halland, worst case, gets benched and misses the game, which the chance of that are like 1,000,000,000 to 1 at this moment in time, then Salah's capped him against Leeds. And honestly, looking at the games, he's blanked against Forest, yes, but he scored and assisted last night against Ajax. He scored a hat-trick against Rangers. He scored in City. In the last 4 games, between those games, he scored 6 goals. No, 6 or 5 goals and assisted once. So logically, coming off of that, can you really drop him? Really? Are you really going to look at dropping him? I know it's been poor. But I can only see him picking up still. I'm going to give him one more week. If he plays bad, it's going to be a case of me taking a hit and going Cancelo and Salah out, KDB in. And maybe going to just another defender, like someone that's cheaper for a couple game weeks. Someone who's got good fixtures. And then just obviously, I can wild card out of that with the unlimited transfers in game week 16. So, that's not really a big deal in my mind at the minute. We're kind of going with the flow. We're waiting for Slade to get in here so he can ask me whatever questions he wants to ask. About Maddison or something. I thought you would have got rid of Maddison anyway. Didn't you do Maddison to Foden? I don't know if it's in it yet, but I'm sure he did Maddison to Foden, or no, it was someone else to Foden for a hit. I like the way my can of pop's just literally messing the whole freaking screen up. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Check something there. Don't seem like I'm being arrogant with this. I'm just literally checking the Twitter news. I literally... Hold on. Let me get the Halland injury news up. Still up. My point is, you can see, like, I'm literally looking at Halland injury news on my phone, so don't seem like I'm being rude. I'm trying to literally have a look at the injury news that's coming up for the week, just so I kind of got a grasp of what's kind of happening more with it. See, looking at this, I just don't see how he's going to be benched for me. I feel like he'll brush it off and he's just adapting to the Prem. I don't feel like it's something to actually be worried about, but at the same time, is it something I'd be considering not to be worried about? Not really. Is it something I'd be stressing over to get Halland out? No. And my main reason is, what are you going to do? You're going to bring Halland out for Kane for a week and transfer back into Halland. Waste of transfer. Kane blanks, it's screwed anyway. Halland comes on in minutes and scores. Then he'll play the next week because he's fit. And then, worst case, you don't play. Your vice captain and Andreas comes off the bench. Because most people got Andreas. And he'll probably bag an assist anyway. So I don't see how people can have the logic to get rid of Halland. My books. What is the actual flipping point of getting rid of Erling Haaland? Oh, and he accidentally did that. Mad though. It's just it is mad how people think getting rid of Haaland is actually sustainable. It baffles me. It really, really baffles me. I feel like this is what I'm getting at. Like, you've got people transferring out Salah and Jesus and Zaha, but like, why? Zaha's got great fixtures still. James, I understand. I don't know why people have holded him. Salah, I feel like give him the Leeds game at least. Zaha, why? He's got great fixtures all the way up to the World Cup. Almiron, I get that. De Bruyne, that's just a knee jerk, and people are getting rid of Foden and bring him in when Foden's not back next week. Trossard's a knee jerk, in my opinion. He was lucky to get a goal. I'm not wound up he got a goal. I apologise in case someone's random bloody car alarm out there. So I just feel like, for me, Foden blanked. It was unlucky. It's not going to happen again, in my opinion. So I just feel like I'm not worried that much because against the Leicester side, let's say Haaland didn't start, you kind of think, okay, Foden's actually going to guarantee to play then, and he'll probably play Foden in a more attacking role than usual, maybe up front. So you'd probably find he'd be bagging more goals anyway. So I just can't be worried with this. Player of the week this year is obviously we've had these player of the weeks, man. Zuma, bro. This pisshead right here cocked my whole week up. I was so fuming when he scored that 15-pointer with my mate's team. I was like, bro, like you've got a 37-point game week and then you get a 15-pointer, so you're on 52. I'm like, what are the bloody chances? It's still not good. It's good enough. Hold on. What's this? What's this lot? What the hell is this, bro? That's mad. Nah, that is mad. That's mad, actually. The FIFA things I know. With the FPL, that's actually mental. That's actually mad, that. That's actually very, very mad, that. 1 sec. I looked at my predicted points. I was predicted like 68 points this week. My ass, I'm gonna get 68 points. No way now. Honestly, I just can't see it. It predicted me 60 points last week, and I got a 47 week. Like, how can the freaking predictor be wrong when it's not me wrong? It really annoys me. So guys, I'm just trying to DM my friends to get a minute because I want to look at some stuff and sort out some stuff. You don't know me anymore. 1 sec. Damn, this is mad. This anymore. Man, that's mad though. And he's raging because he's screwed up some stuff. That's mental. That is mental. Let's go check something on here, look. That's mad. I was actually mad with the football news right now. Frick. That's mad. That's very, very mad on the football right now. Very good, actually. Oh, someone just said to me, "Oh, I don't know how to speak English." But what am I speaking right now? What am I speaking right now then? Oh, man, what up? Will I get an Anthony for Salah? To be honest, Anthony I was looking at a couple weeks ago, but he's been more on my avoid list, and I'm a Man United fan, so that's the best question to ask me as well. Mainly, I'd at least keep Salah this week for the Leeds game. What's your current team? You playing Halland up front, or what? It's going to depend on your team structure, really. If you're playing Halland up, because I'm thinking the way I see it right now, I'll pull my team up. Let me pull my team up. This is my team. The way I see it is, Salah's played yesterday. He got a goal and assist. Played the Rangers game, got a hat trick. Played the City game, got a goal. The only game he blanked was the Forest game, and he was unlucky too as well, and not getting assist because Van Dijk can't put away crap. So I feel like he will return more than Anthony next week, because I feel like Anthony will probably blank anyway. So unless you're actually thinking of going Salah to Anthony and then doing another transfer with that other money, then yes, I'd say do that. But if not, I'd probably just stay with Salah for this week and maybe look at getting rid of him next week and hold your transfer. But then you could go Salah into Anthony and like a lower midfield interest, Saka, Foden, Madison's, Bowen's, stuff like that. It's probably what I'd look at, Eddie. It's more depending on what your team structure's looking at and what you're trying to go for. But that's the approach I'd take to it. Because I'm thinking at the minute, if Halland should play the full game, should start, but worst case, let's say he gets benched or he doesn't play due to last minute of the deadline, he'll get benched for Andreas and Salah will get cap. And I just feel like Salah could still bag against Leeds. I'm quite confident in him still. But honestly, if you could replace him, I'd probably try and get Foden if you could. Because Foden's banging. It's killing. Yeah, he's good for us at the moment, but he's not got that consistency that you'd want in a player at the moment for FPL. He had a bit of consistency at the start, and then he's just been blanking his head off lately. It's been one of those. I don't know why the frick it does that every time I drink. I don't think it pisses me off. Yeah, I can link you the league code in a bit. You can look at the team structure for that. I'm kind of going with the team structure at the minute. But if you can comment your team, I can give you some advice on whether to get rid of Salah or not. Just for me, it's a hold, but you're gonna get a lot of different opinions depending on how people look at it. I just feel like if it was just Salah to Anthony, no. But if it was Salah to Anthony and let's say a Foden and Anthony, then I would do it. Or like a Bowen Anthony or a Madison Anthony or a Saka Anthony or Trossard Anthony, then yes, I'd do it. Same with Zaha, like. Even Miguel Almiron. Bought him in this week free transfer to Silva to Almiron because I had money spare, just as a luxury transfer because I didn't need to hold the transfer for next week, so hopefully he can bag. And then Andreas will come on for Halland if Halland blanks, but the chance of it happening is just slim. Honestly, I just can't see how he won't start, and I don't think he'll miss. And I think people panic transferring him, like 120k sold him. I just feel like it's panic transferring for no reason. Because who are you going to bring in? Let's say you bring in Harry Kane against Bournemouth. But then let's say you want Haaland back the week after. You're losing 4 million money, which you've got to try and get back, so you're probably going to take a hit anyway to bring him back in. You have Kane who could possibly blank against Bournemouth anyway. And Andreas, I reckon, will probably outscore Kane. So I just feel like it's stupid people getting rid of Haaland right now. It's luxury transfers getting rid of Haaland. And it's a waste. Haaland's nailed for me, and I don't see how he could be benched. And if he is benched and he comes on for 30 minutes, he could still score a brace. So really, I don't see what people are looking at. Same with Salah. I think I'd hold Salah this week. Now I've holded Salah the whole season. And I think I'll hold him this week. If he doesn't return this week, I will look at getting rid of him in the Chelsea game. Just to get De Bruyne in. And I'll take a hit off Cancelo. I'm fine by doing that. Or I'll hold in the Chelsea game. And then obviously do De Bruyne for game week 16. And get Cancelo out for that week. It all depends on how Salah plays in this upcoming week. It really does. It's a tough predicament to be in. Honestly, if you feel like Anthony's going to outscore Salah, then I'd go Anthony. Trust your gut feeling. But for me, it's Salah all the way. So I hope that helps a bit. Kind of going off what I've known from my current FPL seasons. So yeah, I hope that helps you a little bit with whatever you're trying to accomplish. And I hope you're having a great day. That's the kind of best information I can give you right now, because I'm looking at the phone for injury news still up on Halland, and still looking for injury news up on other things, and it's just like trying to find out more news, more data. But yeah, we're struggling right now. We're struggling right now. We are struggling. It's been a what you call it, a tough predicament this week. Damn, this is hard, bro. That's mental hard, this. I'm trying to figure out a decision right now. I'm trying to think what I could do. You don't listen. And people are looking at Zaha replacements. Bro, are you mental? Seriously? Why would you look at Zaha replacements? By the way, boys, I feel like Saka's a good option, but I just wouldn't be surprised if he blanks this week. Do not be surprised if Salah blanks. But at the same time, I won't be surprised if he hauls. I don't see Martinelli hauling. Personally, I don't see Jesus doing much. Saka could. Salah maybe. But I feel like Forest score, 1-1 draw, and Xhaka scores again with maybe a Saka assist or a Martinelli assist. I just feel like people think that Arsenal game is going to be a really, really easy 5-4-0 Arsenal. I just feel like it's not going to end that way. I feel like Forest will hold them off, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I wouldn't be surprised if they score against Liverpool, but I just don't see it happening. But I wouldn't be shocked at the same time with how Liverpool is right now. Nothing could shock me with Liverpool right now. Nothing whatsoever. Like, I don't think there's literally anything in the universe right now that could shock me with Liverpool. With how bad Liverpool are currently. It's mental how bad Liverpool are right now. But at the same time, that's defensive wise. But I am playing Gomez over Salah. I've got a good feeling. I really have got a gut feeling that Forest are going to beat Arsenal. I don't know. I've just got a good feeling. I feel like Everton will beat Fulham 3-2, and Andreas will get an assist, and then Mitrovic will score, and then what's his name will get an assist, William, and Mitrovic will score 2. I mean, probably get a penalty and score Mitrovic. Honestly, Mitrovic is due a haul. If Everton play so tight at the back though, like they did before, they're either going to end up giving a penalty away, or they're just going to keep a clean sheet. So I feel like it's a tough game, really is for Fulham. And I feel like I'm going to stop away from that game this week, and I ain't going to bet on either of them, because I feel like it's a very tough predicament to be in, that game. You don't really know who's going to win, is what I'm trying to say. That's kind of predicament being Pope, Doherty. So what you've got, Pope, Doherty, Trippier, Cancelo, Zaha. Trippier, Cancelo, Zaha, Salah, Martinelli, Foden, Halland, Tony, Mitrovic. I think I'm doing Doherty to Gabriel. So, what's if you can just write for me in the chat quickly what's on your bench, but I'm going to assume you're playing Pope, Trippier, Cancelo, Salah, Zaha, Martinelli, Foden, Haaland, Tony, Mitrovic. Or is that your full team without your bench? Oh no, that's your full team, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Cancelo, Zaha, Martinelli, Foden, Haaland. Yeah, it's your full team. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you're thinking of doing. You've got the transfer opportunity, and you're thinking of doing Doherty to Gabriel. I've got Salah in my team. I'm just unsure on Arsenal defenders. I think Gabriel does suppose a threat of free kicks and headers. I'm just unsure with them myself. How many? Oh, you got 3 City. 1. Yeah. There's not many good options. You've got Trippier. I won't look at another Newcastle defender because you've got the double up on Newcastle and Villa look good, so I wouldn't be surprised that he scores something there. How much money have you got spare, or have you just got? How much money have you got spare, Eddie? How much money you got spare? So I can give you some defender replacements for Doherty if you really want to replace him. To be honest, it's something I would look at replacing because I feel like he won't really start next week. Unless, how many midfielders have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4 midfielders. 3 at the back. 4 at the back. 3 up front. You could play a 3-5-3, I think. Yeah, can you play 3-5-3 at the minute? Does it let you play 3-5-3? No, it don't let you play 3-5-3, does it? No, it doesn't let you play 3-5-3 anymore. I'm thinking no, it doesn't let you play 3-5-3. Ignore me, not 3-5-3. I'm 3-5-2, but I don't really want to play 3-5-2 in that formation anyway. Cancel. Because you've got Tony. Yeah. Damn, that's a tough predicament, that is. That's actually a nice predicament to be in. Right, let's go to transfers quickly. Quickly go to transfers. I was wanting to remove Trelleborg. Let's just have a look. So your budget is whatever you're going to sell Doherty for, which is 4.5 plus the 9. So you've got a 5.4 budget. Okay. 5.4 budget. I'd say long term maybe Everton, but they have got Fulham this week. You got Andreas Gay Williams on bench. You could play Gay versus Southampton. Because he will start, and I feel like then you could save the transfer for next week. If he was to transfer into a defender this week, you're not really guaranteed a clean sheet with most of the defenders this week, so maybe you can just play Guy and save your transfer for next week. And then when you have 2 transfers next week, maybe go Salah down to Anthony and Tony into Kane. No, actually, go Mitrovic into Kane, because Mitrovic has City, and you could do that double transfer then. Let's say Salah blanks this week, you could do that double transfer and bring Kane in. And then the week after, you could go Tony into a Calvert-Lewin. That's freed up your money. So maybe you could do that. That's something maybe I'd look at considering. But it depends, because that could open options up for you to bring in Kane, as well as Anthony or Saka, depending on what you want to do. But yeah, it's a tough predicament to be in, I suppose. I am thinking of bringing Calvert-Lewin in next week myself after Mitrovic, because I feel like Mitrovic against City, I ain't going to want him obviously, and I ain't going to probably want him the week after, where a 2-week punt on Calvert-Lewin against Leicester and Bournemouth, I ain't going to miss that opportunity. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you play Guy, you can obviously go Salah to Anthony and then Mitrovic to Kane. And then obviously the week after you can do Tony. When does Tony have a tough fixture? I think it's game week 16, isn't it? Is it game week 16? Yeah, Tony's got City game week 16. So what you'd essentially do is save your transfer after this week. Game week. And obviously you've already got a transfer, so you've got 2. Then, coming into this week, you'll go Salah out, Mitrovic out, Anthony in, and Kane in. So let's say you wanted, I don't know, a player for midfield. Who actually is that other than Anthony that you could put in your team? You could also bring Saka in. For me, maybe you go Saka. But Saka's probably a better pick than Anthony. But at the same time, I'm saying that just because of stats, where I could be a biased United fan here and say Anthony's a better pick, which probably someone I'd probably say, to be fairness. Who else is there? Rashford's a no-go. Odegaard's just a dick right now. Who's Mount got game week 15 and onwards? Arsenal, Newcastle. Yeah, I wouldn't look at that. I would look at him for these 2. I would look at him from when we have that breakdown. We get unlimited transfers for Bournemouth, Forest, City, and Crystal Palace. I really like those fixtures for Mount. But yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you probably could go Anthony, to be fairness, if you want to take a really big punt. Yeah, I don't dislike that move, actually. So I think that's quite a good move. Yeah, I don't dislike that move as a Man United fan. I think, yeah. Because logically, really, Saka's got Chelsea, and then I think Arsenal's got like Southampton, and we've got... Who have we got the next 2 weeks? I'll get my fixture app up on my phone. Don't look like I'm ignoring anybody right here, but let me just get my fixture app on my phone. Just to check who we've actually got after. So, this week, West Ham. So, you'd have him for Aston Villa and Fulham. So, having him for Aston Villa and Fulham, I reckon he could bag against Fulham. And I wouldn't be surprised against Aston Villa. It just depends how Aston Villa play. Because like that 4-0 win against Brentford, that was ridiculously unpredictable. But sides do it all the time. They'll get a new manager and come out guns and blazing, win a game like 3-4-0, and then play crap the next couple of games. So I'm kind of going an overview on that at the minute. I do like Almiron, to be honest, but if you did that, really, you'd be saving money to go Tony into a better striker, and there's not really many other options but Calvert-Lewin, because Vardy doesn't start anyway, and Ronaldo obviously don't play, so I do like Calvert-Lewin just because he's low owned, and just having him for game week 16 instead of Tony. You've got him for 1 week, so what's the worst case? He blanks that 1 week that you've bought him in as a punt, and then you transfer him out with the unlimited transfers week 16 anyway. And best case scenario, he scores because Tony's not going to do anything against City anyway. So bringing in that Everton striker against Bournemouth, that seems like a really good idea to me. And with his under like 1% ownership too, if he scores, you'll see your rank fly up as well. That's the best thing about it. I like Irobi as well. Irobi looked very interesting to me. I just felt like Almiron was a better option bringing him in before I brought him in before the Spurs Newcastle game on a free transfer, and then obviously he's gone up in price, so that's been quite nice for me. I just hope we can pick it up. We should not have drawn that Chelsea game. Going off a 2-0 win against Spurs and drawing to Chelsea was ridiculous. We had loads of shots, more shots on target. We had better possession in the first half, and then we just dropped the second half. And we can't finish our shots for the love of God. We hit the post about 25 times a game. It's horrible. I don't think you disagree with me there either, to be fair, because the way we've been playing is a bit horrendous. If I show you last week's, this has been the worst. Last week was like the second worst week I've had all season. Like last year I was on like 770 points by this point. Now I'm on 699. This has been like the worst season start for me so far. I had 3 top 1k finishes the last 3 years, and then this year it's just been a cock show, an absolute cock show. It's like I went really good first half of the season, like 750 odd points last year by this point. And then the second half I went down for like the first 5 weeks, took like 5 red arrows and then went all the way back up and got to 1k. So I'm not too worried in that manner of form. I'm just in an annoying situation because I want to at least be under the 1 mil rank by this point. So hopefully the next couple of weeks we can recover the points and get back in it. But honestly, Gomez, Saliba blanking, Raya blanking as well. Zaha did crap, Foden blanked. You know, Tony didn't score any goals against Villa like I was hoping he would. Salah blanked against Forest. It's been a total cock-up of a week that week. It's been really bad. I do feel like Kane is an option though, and it would be something I'd potentially be looking at. Maybe taking a hit to bring Salah out, someone in, and Mitrovic in, out for Kane. Possibly. But if you can do it on a 2 free transfers, it's a no-brainer. Really is. Either that, or you could look at some other moves, depending on how Salah plays this week. I'll do a live stream anyway on the Saturday and the Sunday, as well as tomorrow. And I will do ones in the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday. I don't do live streams Tuesday, though. And obviously every other day I do lives, pretty much, when I can here and there. So we can always go on about Salah. If he has a brace or something, I can give you different transfer options, or you can go into Kane. But I do like the idea of Kane for game week 15 and 16. Because Salah has got Chelsea, and then he's got like a okayish fixture, but to be honest, you can say easy fixtures, but no fixtures easy at the moment for anyone. You could say Bournemouth and bloody City or whatever, or Everton are going to batter Bournemouth, and then Bournemouth win 3-0. It really wouldn't surprise me with how the fixtures are right now. So I'm kind of taking it with a pinch of salt. Trying to redirect myself to differential options this year. Because honestly, differentials are just outperforming the meta. Like, Almiron's outperforming Salah. It's ridiculous. Grealish slags him off at the start of the season. He's outperformed Grealish. It's just mental. Miggy's been great this season. So I wouldn't be surprised if he scores another goal against Villa. I'm expecting him to score maybe 2 goals against Villa. I just feel like Villa won't be able to handle Newcastle. I think that Brentford game was daft. Every team has a game where they lose like 4-0. We lost 4-0 to Brentford. And I'm still going to blame that on Harry Maguire. I still will. That was pathetic. The way he scored that own goal was pathetic. And with Iran injured now anyway, I'm frightened for next week. Don't know why my camera's done that. Because we'll have to play either flipping Joe Linton or Maguire. But I'd rather him play Linton. I'd rather him play flipping Jones, to be fairness, over Maguire. Maguire is horrendous. 80 mil down the drain. Oh, we need Bruno to score again. Especially next week. Boxing West Ham is shite the other day. Yeah, those probably moves I like, are they? Yeah, you're doing better than me this year then, Jesus. That's by this point last year, I was in the top 100k. By this point last year, and by the end of the game week 16, I was ranked 10,059, and now I'm at like this point. So it just shows you how crap some seasons can go. But considering I've had Salah the whole year and captained him like twice, and Halland the 1 week I didn't captain him got a hat trick, so I am kind of like in an okay position. Because honestly, the difference between mine and your rank is probably like 30 points, 25 points, something really small like that. And I can catch that number up and probably add 15 points on it within 1 week. So it's not like it's a terrible position to be in still. And second half of the season is when I normally tend to shoot off. But last year I was great the first half, bad the second, until like the last 15 games. First like 5 games of the second were bad. But then this year it's obviously been a cock up a little bit. But I'm still not in the worst position to be in. Out of the Family Miller League, I'm still not in the worst position to be in. I think I'm rocking third right now. As you can see, I took red arrows this year, but for this week, I took massive green arrows the week before. This kind of position I'm in. 68 points behind top, which these are my brothers and stuff, and then obviously the gap's closed in. I have took a minus, I took minus 24 in total this year though. And last year I didn't take a single minus till game week 17. So it just, there's been a lot of fires to put out this year, put it that way. And I don't regret the minuses because they've all paid off. I took a hit from Walker to Gomez, not last week, the week before, when I got a 6-pointer off him. Took a -4 for that week where obviously people were struggling to play because of City and Arsenal blank. Took a -4 and obviously I got 2 points I wouldn't have had because Walker wouldn't have played, so I was happy with that, the 6-pointer. And then obviously freed up a City spot to go Trossard to Foden for last week, which Foden decided to blank and Trossard scored. Usual karma for me, always happens. I get rid of someone and they'll hold the next bloody week with like an 8-7-pointer, so usual. Madison got out like a week before that, and then he obviously got 8-pointer, so it's just one of them. It happens to me all the time. I'm used to it by now. I'll bring an armor on this week and it'll be blank, and it'll be my curse generally, and everyone will get a blank. Literally because I brought him in. It's how it normally happens. I bring someone in, they'll blank. I get someone out, they'll haul. I refuse to get Salah out. And even coming from a Man United fan, I just refuse to get him out. He won't keep this form up the season. He'll pick up. And it's like with Halland. Halland will keep the goals up, but he's not going to keep the same form of 17 goals every 10 games or whatever, every 11 games or whatever. He's not going to keep that up. I still think he'll break the goal record for Shearer. I still think he'll get more than 34 goals. I think he'll get 45 goals plus, minimum this season. He's just not going to score 17 in every 11 games. He'll have like 5 weeks where he scores like a hat-trick every bloody week. And then blanks like 3 weeks, and then scores hat tricks again. It's wherever he's at home. He should have scored a hat trick last week against Brighton, from my opinion. It was really unlucky he didn't. Every time I twist my chair around the back, it's actually peeing me off. I need to fix this shadow. Someone's messed up the flipping filter on my OBS. Oh well. For OBS, I throw bullshit. So it's fine. This. Let's check something quick. Sound. That's mad, actually. Let's get the price change predictors up for tonight, boys, and see what we're kind of looking at. And then we'll get the algorithm team reveal. So Almiron will go up tonight between early mornings. Mitrovic should go up. Bruyne should go up. Foden will go up, and Castagne will go up. Now, why Castagne is being transferred in a ton, I don't know. They put this article out of Leicester possibly keeping a clean sheet and Leicester scoring against City and all this rubbish. I think they're talking out their arse. Leicester ain't going to do bugger all, if you ask me. What's the algorithm team? I really would actually love to see the algorithm team for this week. Let's see. I'll have to obviously turn the volume off because it's on the video thing there for the algorithm team, but let me pull it up. Blue State's got Miguel Almiron in the algorithm team if it loads. The algorithm team for this week is Raya, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Henry, Trippier, Salah, Saka, Zaha, Martinelli, Jesus captain, Halland, and Darwin. What a stinker. I'm sorry, who in their right mind would have Trent, Henry, and Eze, not Zaha? Why would you have the triple up of Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus? And I feel sorry, anyone who captains Jesus this week is going to get smacked around their face. And I hope everyone in my league does it who's got Jesus. Because I cannot wait for him to have that smacked around the face when Haaland starts and scores like a hat-trick. I think it's away, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he scores a brace that game. Go to fixtures and I'll tell you if it's away. Is it going to tell me or 2:30 kickoff? When did that change to 2:30 kickoff? What are they on about? It literally says 12:30 flipping kickoff on the app. Right, ignore that because that's bullcrap. The bloody app's bugging again. The game's at 12:30 and it's at Leicester. Bournemouth game is at Bournemouth. The Wolves game is not at Wolves, it's at Brentford. Brighton's at home. Southampton's at home. No, Crystal Palace is at home, I think. Oh no, Southampton's at home. Villa's at home. Not Villa's at home, Newcastle at home. Fulham's at home. Liverpool's at home against Leeds. That's what makes me think Liverpool will do okay because they're at home. They seem to do good when they're at home. I'll say that though, it was at Anfield last week, so there's or was it at Anfield or was it at home? No, I think it was at Anfield last week, or was it at Forest this home? I'll tell you how I know, because I'll check the Forest game for this week. Forest are at Arsenal. Right. What, Dan? I'm not using a VPN to change my local area or local time. The oh no, I say that actually. My flipping the computer's an hour in front, but that doesn't mean it should put the clock on here 2 hours in front. This is normally an hour in front of my PC, and it never changes the time of the teams. So no, it doesn't normally do that. The game, it's just being dickish. I went online, it was doing the exact same thing, saying 2:30. The game's at 12:30 if you go on the app. So yeah, it's just being a bit dumb at the moment in time. How are you anyway, Dan? Oh, a freaking tiring day today, I swear. No, I'm not using VPN. The only transfer I've done this week, by the way, is Amro. If you want any transfer help or anything for FPL, just put in the chat and I can help you with this out. I'm just happy I've still got Salah. Like I've had him the whole season just so I can base. Honestly, I just got a feeling he'll do something against Leeds. Gomez don't start. Saliba comes on, so it's not a massive deal. I feel like Forest will score. But then at the same time, I won't be surprised if Saliba got a goal. He'll probably get a goal if I bench him, so I'll probably end up starting him just for the case of me not getting effed over if he blanks. Not blanks, so he scores. I wouldn't be surprised if Gomez kept the clean sheet either, but it's whether he's going to start because Kanate or Matip might be back this week. I haven't actually looked at that news actually. Go to transfers. Let's see what the Kanate is saying. Kanate. Yeah, Kanate's back. That's actually probably going to mean a Gomez benching. So I'll probably end up just starting Salah by looking at that information I've just got there. Because a Gomez benching's not nice, or a start guy, but honestly, logically with my team. Yeah. That's probably what my lineup will be. I don't see any reason to bench Saliba at all today. It's still a tough predicament to be in. Well, but no, I don't use VPNs. What should I actually do with this now? Trying to think what we can do with the current team next week. Plan some transfers ahead. By the way, I don't consider Salah frustrating to watch. I just consider him a piece of shite sometimes. But it's just hard to go against Salah, really. Like, because I just know if I was to get him out, he'd brace and De Bruyne would blank, and I can't put myself through that pain of watching the game thinking he's gonna score, and I just can't do it. Just can't. It's too much torture for me to watch because I get frustrated watching the game, then him scoring, and my whole weekend would be ruined just because he blanks. Not blanks, so he scores, and then I bring De Bruyne in and he blanks, for example. My whole week would just be ruined in that one day, and I just can't tolerate that. I'd rather him just blank and me suck it up. To be fairness, instead of taking like a -8 right now to get him out, or just taking a minus to even get him out, it's pointless. That player's essentially got to score for me to get my points back, and Salah could score anyway. It's just not essential for me right now. Discord asks right dumb questions, I swear. Mentality right there. That's absolutely mad. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to actually do with the upcoming news that we're going to get right now. I'm just scrolling through Twitter now, looking for the news, just to see if anyone's actually got any news on the upcoming injuries, players, and what's going to happen. Because at the minute, in my opinion, Halland starts, but it's hard predicament. I need to kind of wait. Obviously, Saturday we'll do a deadline stream. We'll get up like 9 and do a stream. And we'll do a deadline stream. But it's an annoying predicament to be in. But because the City games are 12:30 kickoff, and we've got obviously the deadline at 11, hopefully before 11 we can see some news indicating whether they're going to start or what's going on, and at the same time with the early press conference for Pep. So hopefully we get some big news on that. But yeah, it's an annoying situation, like I said. I don't know why you asked why I was using a VPN, to be fair, still. Hey PJX, bro, how you going, bro? How you doing, bro? How you doing? You fix that little issue with your team you had the other day, bro? Or what have you been doing? I've bought armor in today. Well, I say sorry, not today. I bought armor in on the weekend. I bought him in before this Spurs Newcastle game, so I've made 0.1 on him at the moment. But I need to make another 0.1, which will go up tonight to actually make the 0.1, obviously. But I just did that free transfer from De Silva to him for like that 1 mil, so I got like 1.1 spare. And this is what my team's looking like. Last week I had 47. I don't want to talk about it. Was that ages ago? I thought you was only in here the other week. That was only like yeah, but that was only like last week. That's not ages ago to me. You've done bad these past 2 weeks. What's your team looking like? Honestly, you can't be doing as bad as me this season. Like honestly, I was on like 750 plus points by this time last year. Now I'm on like 699. I've just had a crap. I've used my free hit. I've wildcarded. I've still got my triple cap and bench boost though, but yeah, I've had a bit of a crap start. I took a minus 24s this year. In total, minus 24. It's just been a bad situation. There is people in worse situations than me. It's just with the last 3 years with the finishes I've had, and I've been in the top 1k each year, to be in this position now, it's annoying for me because I've not been in the position where I've been at like not under like the 800k mark at this point. You're 5 mil overall, and I thought I was doing about at 1.8. Have you used your free hit or anything? Honestly, I wouldn't take it. I'd take you a pinch of salt if you're 5 mil. Oh, okay. Honestly, if you're 5 mil, I really wouldn't sweat it because I would. What was I? The first year I played, I was 6 mil by the rank. I was 6 mil rank by Gameweek 16. And then when I got to the second half of the season, I ended up finishing on top 1 mil. So I actually dropped my rank down 5 mil. So honestly, there's still good finish potential there. So I really wouldn't sweat that. You've used them all. You've used triple captain. You've used bench boost. You've used free hit. You've used Okay, well, somehow we might be able to save you as long as have you used your French? Have you used your triple captain and your bench boost? What up, Slay? Bloody hell, Slay, you took your time. I've been live here 53 minutes waiting for you. You took your bloody time, haven't you? It's all good, though. I was thinking, bloody hell. Jesus, the flipping comments on my phone playing. Don't seem like I'm ignoring you, by the way, if I'm looking at my phone. I'm just scrolling through Twitter still, trying to get the latest news up still. To see what's going on with the Situation Room. Hello, Harry. You just woke up from a nap. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I was being sarcastic. What up, Harry? Welcome to the stream, bro. How's your day going? If you're new to the stream, we just talk about FPL and we talk about transfer news and stuff like that. So if you want to come chat with us and have a chill conversation, then you're welcome to do so. What's your current team looking like then, Slice, so we can try and fix whatever issues you're having like me? Because I had a crap week last week. I had an abysmal week. Zuma, I went down to the 1.2 more rank and had a massive 500k rank jump. And then Zuma decided to score 15 points. Yeah, Slay, don't be taking another hit for no reason. Hold up. Hold up, Harry, 1 sec. I'll read your question 1 sec. Let me just see what Slay's. Hold on. Yeah, I wouldn't take. Hold on, we'll have a look at your team first and see if we need to take a -4. You didn't take. Yeah, it's okay, PJX. If you didn't take it serious, honestly, if you used all your chips, we can still try and salvage your team. Maybe get you to 1 mil rank by the end of the year. I'm consider selling Mount. Chelsea looked so good last game. I told people last week to sell Mount just because of fixtures. But I just wouldn't be surprised if he returns. But at the same time, there is better options. There's really good options, if you want to take a really big punt like Alex Iwobi or there's Almiron, there's Zaha, Martinelli if you haven't got him. Foden if you could get to him from Mount. There's a lot more options. It's just if you put your team in the chat, Harry, then I can look at it. Or if you can give me your FPL ID, and I can go on the FPL ID and just look your team up and see what you've got. Whatever suits you best. If Slay, if you get your if you go online and you can see your FPL ID, I can do the same for you as well. Save you writing all your team in chat. Makes your life easier. If you boys know your IDs, I can put it in the FPL team quickly. Like, by the way, I'm still considering Gomez or Salah, but I'm just worried Gomez won't start because Konate's back. So I don't really want. I think Forest will score, but I think Southampton will as well. So I might as well just play Salah in case it's attacking returns. It's predicament. Andreas got 10 points on my bench. I was fuming. How do I put it in the chat? Your code. Right, Harry. If you go to the actual Fantasy Premier League on Google, do you get your right, I'll show you on my computer. Right, so you go to the top, look. You see how mine's it's not gonna show it. Basically, above where my thing is here, if you click on the actual link, you'll have like a UID come up saying like your actual you'll have like, how do you explain it? It's like your FPL ID. So I go to, let me do it on my phone quickly. Fantasy Premier League. If I log into the Fantasy Premier League on Google on your phone, so sign into it. Let me sign into mine. I'm quite sure you can get your FPL ID off here. Yeah, and then if you go on, if you get your, if you log into your FPL on your phone on Google, on the site, and then you go to history, and if you view latest FPL, you can see your ID. So you can see like your team is 3204,296 and stuff. I didn't even know you had my Discord, PJX. I can't even remember, to be fair. I didn't even know you had my Discord, bro. But okay, whatever. I'll have a look at your team anyway. Okay, so this is your team. I can't see your goalies. You'll have to put that in chat, but it's probably Nick. No, it's not Nick Pope. It's probably Raya or something. So you're playing Trippier, Shaw, Almiron. That's quite good. Salah and Martinelli. Yes, I like that. Salah I still like. Have you sold Salah or you got Salah? Slanky Holland. Okay. Right, yeah, I think your team's solid, and if you can tell me how many transfers you've got, I could give you some advice. If you like. Right, Harry, tell me if that's your team quickly, while I quickly review his team as well. Yeah, I was asking P as well because he sent me a message the other day saying he got rid of Salah, but then he's got him in. So I was like, Henderson starting at goalkeeper. Mate, I would not be surprised if Forest keep a clean sheet, bro, and he gets like another 11 pointers. So I think that's a great goalkeeper option. Trippier, Shaw, I think, yeah, you'll get a clean sheet against Villa. Possibly, maybe not, but Trippier offers attacking returns and maybe Shaw blanks, but that's worst case scenario. Yeah, I think your team's pretty solid. We have got to hear on Solanke news, and you have got 4 million in the bank. But there's not really many options you can do. So maybe you just keep Solanke. But what I'd do is switch Young from your bench slot, number 1, and switch it with Højbjerg. I'd have Højbjerg as your number 1. Because Højbjerg could score and come on for Solanke if Solanke don't play. That's probably how I'd do it. I'd maybe first start him over Solanke depending on what news we hear. So this is your current team. You've got a Kepa, Gabriel, Cancelo, Guy, Salah, Foden, Mount, Martinelli, Mitrovic, Tony, Haaland. Okay. I'd definitely be playing Trippier over Guy, by the way. That's something I'd definitely put straight now. Because I just feel like Trippier offers more attacking returns. Everyone owns Trippier, so if Trippier decides to get if Trippier gets an assist, you're going to get hurt. Guy might not play. Plus, I think Southampton will probably score against Crystal Palace the way Crystal Palace's defence is right now. I feel like Trippier just offers more. And I think they're both probably conceding those games. I just feel like Trippier offers more. But it's your opinion. But for me, I'd play Trippier, Harry. You sent team on Instagram. Like, I just looked at your team. Oh no, I looked at his team. Have a look at yours. You know, it would help if you sent me your starting lineup instead of just sending me the full. It's okay. I'm gonna. You just tell me if I'm right and assuming this is what you're starting. So I'm going to assume you're going to go Trippier, Gomez, Perisic, Pope, Martinelli, De Bruyne, Zaha, Foden, Halland, Jesus, Maddison. Yeah, you're going to have 5 in the midfield, 3 at the back, 2 up front. So I'm going to assume your bench is Greenwood, Dalot and Gay. Is that correct? With Ward. Tell me if that's correct. Greenwood, Dalot, Gay and Ward are your bench. And then you're playing everything else. You got 1 free transfer. Didn't quite understand how to get the team ID. Yeah, no, it's okay. P. I can look at your team. Yeah, for me, I'd just switch your Young to Hoberg for the first bench slot. And my question to you is, have you got a free transfer? If not, I'd probably leave it the way it is. But it's just tough because you've got like a. Have you what? Yeah, I'm just assuming you've wildcarded, yeah. So yeah, for me, that's what I'd do. I'd just switch your Young and your Holberg around and have Holberg as the #1 slot. So if Sanke don't play, Holberg comes on. Used it on Mac. What are you on about, Mac? I'm confused. Oh, McAllister to Almiron. Oh, okay. That's a good move. That's fine. Yeah, you've got 1 Slate. Honestly, Slate. Just tell me if I'm correct in thinking you're benching Dalot, Guy, and Greenwood. Actually, no, I say that. The 3 defenders I'd play is Trippier, Dalot, and Perisic. Because Gomez might be benched. But Gomez does offer good clean sheets. For Slay, I'm going to probably recommend Maddison to Saka for a free transfer. I don't know if Saka will return or not. I just feel like I wish I could have Saka in my team right now and I can't get to him. Either that or Anthony. And I'm not just saying this as a Man United fan. He's actually underlying stats look great and he's got great fixtures leading all the way up to Gameweek 16. So he looks quite a good option too. Yeah, that's correct bench. So yeah, but are you playing Dalot, Trippier and Perisic at the back? Or are you playing Gomez, Trippier and Perisic at the back? Is my thing for you. Why do you have to put yourself in pissy situations? Want Madison to Almiron upgrading my attack. You could go Madison to Almiron, save your money, and go Jesus to Kane next week. I don't feel like taking a hit off Jesus this week is worth it, and I just feel like Saka's a must in a way, but he could blank. And I do prefer having Almiron. Yeah, I do think that's a good move. It's Almiron or Saka. I feel like Saka. I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if Saka gets a goal or an assist. So don't come crying to me if he gets a goal or an assist. But I feel like Almiron will probably get a goal or an assist, and it does free up like 2.8 mil, which does allow you to go Jesus to Kane. I think, doesn't it? How much money would you have left if you went Maddison to Almiron? You'd have 2.7. So it doesn't allow you to go Jesus to Kane anyway. But if you did do that, you could go Greenwood into another striker, but it probably wouldn't even be worth it. I feel like Saka's probably your best bet, but then Almiron would probably be good. Because then I suppose you could upgrade your defence and bring in Cancelo. Oh no, you got Foden, haven't you? Why the frick you gotta have 3 city midfielders? I'm trying to think of solutions there. Oh god, that's annoying. Yeah. I mean, Saka just seems like the best option, yeah. I think Almiron's going to do bits for me. I just don't think it's guaranteed. Saka seems more optimised. I feel like Forest... My gut tells me Forest wins that game, but on paper, Saka's stats are good. But if you want to get Almiron this week and then free up money you could use next week, then yeah, do that if you like. Or Alex Iwobi. Iwobi looks like a very, very good punt for Everton, with less than 1% ownership. Yes, you could do that next week, yes, because you wouldn't have to, obviously you wouldn't play Greenwood this week anyway. But if you was to upgrade Greenwood with that 2.7 mil, you'd have, what, 7 mil? So let's have a look what you could actually do. Is Harry, are you still here quickly so I can tell you the transfers things? Are you still here? I don't know what to do. Mount to Saka. I feel like Mount to Saka, or, for me, I think maybe going Mount to Almiron, because you'd free up 2.3 mil. Yeah, because then that'd allow you to go Mitrovic to Calvert-Lewin the week after, which would free 1.1 mil left. 1845212. Yeah, it's easy. I can get your team on the screen if you like, bro, but not like it's must. 1845212. Is that correct? Yeah. No, 5212. Yeah, that is correct, isn't it? I think so, anyway. Yeah, it is. Except for you've got Almiron instead of McAllister, so let's just ignore the Almiron. The McAllister thing right there. Mate, I said this in my thing. Next week, I will be getting Dominic Calvert-Lewin in. No doubt about it, for Mitrovic. That's a transfer I've locked in. If he plays good this week as well, it's going to tempt me even further. And I just feel like, how am I going to go wrong? I bring him in, right? I have him against Leicester and Bournemouth. I have him for 2 weeks instead of Mitrovic. Is he going to score against City? Probably not. Have I got a differential with like under 1% ownership? Yeah. So if he bags, no one else has got him. So it's nice points for me. And he could score against Bournemouth as well. And I feel like the way Everton look right now, if they play good against Fulham, I don't think Fulham are really going to do much. I think Everton wins 3-2. 3-1. I think 3-1 seems more applicable. Everton win 3-1 or Fulham just blank. I don't think Andreas is going to haul as much as people think this week. Maybe he gets an assist if he's lucky. I think Mitrovic will get a goal though. I'm only saying that because in my team. But no, I do like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Yes, lady, like I said, you could upgrade Greenwood, but I feel like if you was to go Almiron over Saka, I feel like it could bite you in the arse a bit, but then does leave you with a different with Newcastle, which is good. I need to sell Kane or Salah, so we will see how quite so well to see. Have you got a transfer this week, DJ? Hooks, have you got a transfer this week that you've not used? Have you still got a transfer this week? Oh no, sorry, no, ignore me. You told me you used it to Almiron. Don't captain Salah. Don't captain Salah. Captain Halland and vice captain Salah. By the way, don't captain Salah, and Kane could haul for you, but saying that, you have got Kane, so maybe captain Halland and vice captain Salah. It's up to you. But I promise you now, captain in Halland is mandatory, but it's up to you. I just feel like, oh, Halland is your captain right now. I was going to bloody say, because it's saying on the screen here, you've captained Salah. And I'm thinking, bloody hell. He's going to get bit in the arse if he's captain Salah. I'd captain Halland and probably vice captain Salah instead of vice captain Kane. Halland will play anyway. What does vice captain do? Basically, let's say your captain doesn't play the whole game. Let's say Haaland doesn't play the whole game, and he blanks that whole game, and obviously someone comes off the bench off the bench on for him, then Salah will be your captain, or Kane will be your captain. Whoever's vice will be your captain. It's just, let's say your captain gets benched, basically. That's like logically how it would work normally on every season. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. It's just like a player blanking, but then they just, because they got the vice, they'll turn to a captain the other one. Your captain blanks. But it's very rare, and I just feel like, yes, but then you've got to look at the key points as well. When he was against Rangers, he scored a hat-trick. When he was against, City, he scored one. And then he goaled an assist yesterday as well. So in those 4 games, he's blanked once. So you can't really say Salah's on bad form. He was just unlucky to not score one, in my opinion. And I feel like people will sell him out again, like 211,000. It happens every week. You know, Salah had a good week. City, people put him in. People sold him because he blanked against Forest. They'll score against Leeds. People bring him in. They put blank against Chelsea. People are selling. People are bringing him in for the last week. After the last week, let's say he scores against Chelsea, sorry, after people sold him again. You know, it's a repeating circle. People buy Salah, sell Salah, bring Salah back in. It's either 200,000 transfers out or 300,000 transfers in. It's just the way it goes every week. You know, you need to get on differentials early. Like, if I can get on Calvert-Lewin early, like next week, early-ish, before people start jumping on the bandwagon on him because he's falling, then I'll be very happy about that. I don't think he's got that much ownership. I really don't. I'll show you these are my transfers. So this will be my next week's transfer. We'll go Mitrovic into Calvert-Lewin. That'll be next week's transfer. What is he? He's 4% owned, boys. This is my point. He's 4% owned. So even if he scores against Fulham, he'll probably be 1% owned. So I'll have a 1% owned player for Leicester and Bournemouth. And he'll probably stay that owned. Because people look and think, oh, 11 points, he's not good. People judge it off points, not how they're going to play. He's just come back from injury. I reckon he'll play good. I really do. And I feel it's a really big punt bringing him in. And it's for 2 weeks. What's the harm that's going to happen in 2 weeks to my rank? It's not going to be that bad. He blanks both. That's worst case scenario. I reckon he bags. I really do. And it's different to what everyone else is doing. And it's not like Skamaka's performing, or Solanke's really performing, or Daka's going to perform. You know, Tony will blank 16, so obviously I'll get him out. Mitrovic ain't going to perform against City. So, I'm not really risking a thing. Most of the other strikers are blank anyway. It's one of them. It's a risk you take with fantasy football, I suppose. So that'll be next week's transfer. Calvert-Lewin from Mitrovic. And the week after, for game week 16, I haven't actually decided yet, so you boys can decide with me. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the forwards. I'm bringing in a forward for Tony the week after. So I'd have 7.3. Ignore that. I'd have 7.3 money. So maybe I bring Wilson in for game week 16. Against, oh no, he's got Chelsea. I don't want him against Chelsea. Or bring Edouard in. He has got Forest. So I'll probably bring Edouard in game week 16. Would free me 3 up anyway, but that's probably what I'll do, is probably bring Edouard in. Because there's not many other options. Mate, the Dominic Calvert-Lewin won't go up because honestly, the minute the games are finished, like the minute the actual thing starts, I'm just going to transfer Mitrovic straight to Calvert-Lewin without even worrying about injuries or anything. I'm just going to do it. So even if he goes up, I ain't going to lose anything. I'll make money. So I'm not worried about that, PJ. With the 3 defenders I start, I think Dalot, Perisic, Trippier. I do like Gomez though. But I'm not just saying Dalot as a biased Man United fan. I generally think he could assist against West Ham and we should get a clean sheet. Yeah, go with Saka. I feel like, cause there's not really, where else are you going to use that money really? Where else are you going to use that money? Yeah, don't worry, P. I'm pretty much a veteran at this game. I don't make daft mistakes. Oh no 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 no! I'll obviously wait till after the game. But what I'm saying is, if I wait till after the game and know he's absolutely fine, I can just transfer him straight in. And what I'm also saying is as well, prices don't actually go up until Sunday night. Prices won't actually go up, and that's if he's been transferred in by loads. And he's got to be transferred in by like over 390,000 people to go up 0.1. The chances of that happening are slim because he's going to be low on player, so he won't go up anyway. So I'm not worried about that. I promise you now, the chances of him going up are slim. Unless he goes and scores a hat trick, he ain't going up. Hopefully he scores a hat trick the week after against Leicester when I've got him. That'll be fun. Going and bragging about a Calvert-Lewin hat trick the whole week. That would do my rank a bit of good though. Really would. Yeah, Saka's solid. I feel like Forest score. Yes, I do, Slay. I reckon Perisic starts. And even if his bench, Gomez comes on. And I feel like for me, Perisic, even if he plays 60 minutes against Bournemouth, he's going to get assists and returns. And he didn't play last game that much, and he tends to have a pattern. He benched a game and then he plays the week after. I feel like he'll play him against Bournemouth for me. Obviously, I'll be doing a stream tomorrow, and I'll be doing a deadline stream in the morning before 11 o'clock. So obviously, you can always come and look at those streams, and I can tell you more news if I get any more. And I can always DM you if I get any more news as well. But for me, I'll start Perisic, yes. And I'll let you know on any news, whether to change about it if you need to. But for me, he starts. For me, Delot starts as well. But Gomez could keep a clean sheet more. I'm just worried about Canate starting over Gomez. It's a tight call to make, that one. It'd be up to you, really. I do like Delot, though. I probably would end up starting Gomez over Salah, but I feel like Salah will probably end up scoring a header or something if I bloody bench him. I feel like Raya should do good against Wolves. You know what? This is why I'm saying about Raya, by the way, guys, for a goalkeeper, right? Look at this. Look at the saves. 3, 4, 6, 6, 3, 4, 4. He had 0 that game. But then he had 2, 7, 5, and 7. He lost to 4 in Aston Villa, but still come away with 7 saves. And this was the argument the other day. This is my point. Like, if I would play Sanchez, would have got 1 point, he got 2. So he's outscored Sanchez that week. I had 2. I benched him last week for Sanchez. Benched Raya for Sanchez last week. He outscored Sanchez by 4. I played Sanchez the week before that. He was expected to keep a clean sheet against Brentford, didn't, and Raya got 10. So, if I'm not cursed, then I don't bloody know, because the last 3 weeks have been a cock-up on my half. But yeah, I still reckon Perisic just start. Yes, I do. But no, I'll obviously be waiting for the game like a normal person. I'm not one of those people who just makes rash transfers. I did with Almiron because I know he's going to be fit for the week, so I did that before the game. That's the only one I've ever done before the game. A lot of people being horrible gits again. Yeah, Slay, Captain Halland, bro. What's the worst thing that happens? Like, even if he plays 40 minutes, he'll score a goal. Don't worry about it. No, if anyone transfers Haaland out in the stream, I probably won't speak to you for a week. I'm kidding, but seriously, don't transfer Haaland out. Just don't. He's a must have the whole season. Unless he gets injured for like 4 weeks straight, then obviously. But And yeah, Captain Halland all the way. We're just chilling on this right now. Nothing much more. There's not much more. To be honest, boys, I'm gonna have to get off because I gotta do some stuff. So we're gonna end the stream there. Obviously, Slay, you can DM me. I'll read this question quick, then I'll go. Definitely want to bring in a third striker and sell it back from getting KDB or Foden out. Who do you pick? I'd probably Foden at key, maybe. It would all depend on how they do this week. I'll give you my info on message. Message me that in a bit. But I'm gonna get off now anyway, boys. So I hope you boys have a great one. Don't forget to like the stream and sub if you haven't already. See you boys in a bit, and I will be live tomorrow about 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. So see you boys later. Have a good one. Peace, bye, love. See you boys.